and Assalamualaikum. My name is Uzmahani binti Shazli with no matrix 2025369093, and this is my partner.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ayang Ashira with number matric 2025142995, and today we are going to present to you about introduction of plant morphology and
Okay, so what is plant morphology? Plant morphology is the study of the physical form and structure of plants, encompassing both their external and internal feature. Here is the key aspect of plant morphology. This is external structure. First of all, is root system. Enters the plant and absorb water and nutrients. Secondly, stem. It is support the plant and transport substance. Third one is leaf. That is the main site of photosynthesis. And lastly is flower. It is a reproductive part. So the second one is importance of morphology. The first one is identifications and classifications. It helps us in recognizing and naming plants based on their structures. The second one is in understanding plant function, knowing the shape and structure of roots, stem and leaf. It's very important because it helps us explain their function as photosynthesis, transport and reproduction. The third one is ecological importance. Why ecological is important? Because it helps us to understand how plants adapt to environments like deserts, wetlands and forests. The third one is morphology of flowering plants. There is two types of system. The first one is the shoot system and the second one is root system. The root system is the underground part of the plant, and it consists of main roots, its branches and root hairs. So what is the function of the root system? It enters the plant to the soil. And the second one, it absorbs water along with the mineral from soil. Okay, secondly, the shoot system. The area parts of the plant and consists of stem, branches, leaf, buds, flowers, and fruits containing parts of a leaf. Example of plants with simple leaf. The first one is mango, the second one is guava, third one is jackfruit, and the fourth one is China rose. What is China rose? That is a hibiscus. So the example of plants with compound leaves. The first one is names, second one is rose, and third one is moringa. Flower morphology. Androecium is a male. Gymnosium is a female. What is sepals? Sepals are the small leaf-like structure found at the base of a flower. They usually are green, but sometimes can be a color. Example of the flower is hibiscus and rose. What is petals? Petals are the brightly colored parts of a flower that are usually found just inside the sepal. They have different shapes, sizes, and fruit morphology. There is three types of fruits. The first one is simple fruits. It can develop from a single ovary of one flower. Example of the fruit is mango and pea-peck. It can be dry or fleshly. The second one is aggregate fruits. Multiple ovaries of a single flowers. Example of the fruit is strawberry and raspberry. The last one is multiple fruits, developed from the ovaries of many flowers. The example of the fruit is pineapples and jackfruit.
Plant morphology is about study the internal structure, which is the part of the plant. For an example, stoma, root, stem, and much more. Plant morphology also study the organization of the plant, which is called phytotomy. Phytotomy focuses on the tissue and the organ of the plant. Tools that we use for anatomy is microscope, which are the powerful tools that can reveal cellular details that invisible on the naked eye. By using microscope and staining, we can identify the different type of tissue. For example, xylem and phloem. Plant tissue are the organized group of cells that performing specific internal function. Plant tissue are divided into three types, which is meristematic tissue, permanent tissue, and dermal tissue system. The first one is meristematic tissue. It's undifferentiated cells capable of continued division, which is located at shoot, root tip, apical site, lateral, between major tissue, intercalary. They have three types of meristematic tissue, which is apical meristem for primary growth. Second one is lateral meristem for secondary growth, and the third one is intercalary meristem. It helps regrow. For an example, grass. Second one is permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, they have two types, which is simple permanent tissue and specialized types. The first one, simple permanent tissue, they have three types, which is parenchyma for photosynthesis, storage, and healing. Second one is collenchyma, flexible support in growing part. The third one is sclerenchyma, it's rigid support and that at maturity. The second one is specialized type. It has three types, which is chlorenchyma for photosynthetic, aeronchyma for buoyancy in aquatic plant. The third one is storage, parenchyma. It stores starch, oil, and next one is complex permanent tissue, which is xylem, that transport water and mineral upward. They have four key components, which is trachea, which is elongated cell with tapered end, vessel element, which is wider cell with a perforated end wall. Next one is fiber, which is provide mechanical support. The last one is parenchyma, the living cell for support. The function of the xylem is water transport from the root to shoot. Next one is mineral nutrient distribution. The third one is structural support from the plant body. The last one is also for storage water and nutrients. The next one is phloem. Phloem transport sugar and other organic compound from the source. They have four key components, which is the sieve tube element, the elongated cell arranged end to end forming sieve tube. Next one is companion cell. Companion cell is small cell adjacent to sieve tube. Its content dense cytoplasm and prominent nuclei. Next one is phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma, living cell for storage and lateral transport. Its content plastid that may store the starch and help load and unload sugar. Next one, the last one is phloem fiber. Sclerenchyma cell providing mechanical support, particularly important in stem, commercially valuable in some plants. The last one is dermal tissue system. Dermal tissue system divided into two, which is the epidermis and woody plant. Let's start with the epidermis. This is the outermost layer of the cell that cover all part of young plant. The main role is to protecting, kind like our skin. It also has special structure like cuticle, which is the waxy layer that help reduce water. Stomata, which are the tiny opening that allow gas exchange. Next one is root hair that increase water absorption, and the last one is trichome, or tiny hair that protect against insect and extreme temperature. The next one is woody plant. The epidermis is replaced by a thicker layer called periderm. This include the three part, which is cork cambium, a tissue that produce cork. The next one is cork, also called palum, which the tough outer layer, and the last one is pallidum, a layer of living cell underneath the cork. Now, what the overall function of the tissue system? It's mainly prevent water loss, protect the plant from pathogen, and control gas exchange through the stomata.